So quick go live on Insta, and we are here. Eventually, when Insta decides to wake up. I wet my whistle, and I'll tell you why in just a sec. Oh, there we are. We're live on Insta. So, who have we got? Where are you? Is it raining? Is it sunny? Is it something or other? I don't know. Talk to me. So, apologies if you're up there and your comments are there. So I have to like go, you know, it's like that. Do you remember when computers first got going and that, was it tennis? Boop, 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 boop. That's what it was like, wasn't it? Yeah. That's what live streaming's like, really. Boop, 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 boop. So, Pen, hiya. Oh, sorting out your parcel. Are you pleased with it, Pen? What a mammoth task. I am not kidding you. So, last week, I was up and higher win, up and out and at it. Mega early, getting the dogs walked before I set off to Leeds. And excuse me, sitting back, arms folded. I'm like old Sausage himself. So dogs walked, drive over to Leeds. So it's about an hour and a half, but you don't know whether you're going to hit any traffic, so you've got to give it 2 hours. Spend all day in the sweatshop at Leeds with my wonderful Jeanette, and then finish at 5:30. A couple of nights we had to stay late for various things, and then drive all the way back. We weren't getting home till 7, 8 later. So literally I was falling into bed. But I wasn't around during working hours. So when we did the live, then, of course, we ran straight into the bank holiday weekend. Rehearsals for us started on the Sunday. So we ran into the whole bank holiday weekend. And then Thursday night, I set off down to Redditch for the sewing street. So I physically wasn't around to get stuff in the post. I'm thinking, oh, God, panic. Because, of course, as your stuff came in, I needed to copy and paste all your addresses off the return stuff. Donis couldn't do it. Donis couldn't even switch the blinking computer on nowadays. So it was all quite stressful. So let's have a look, see who's here. So hiya. Oh, Penny's happy. Hiya, Karen. Hi, Karen again. Hiya, Janet. Oh, Janet's parcel arrived. Oh, I'm so pleased. Margaret, has your parcel arrived? So yeah, so apologies. I'm reading here and I'm broadcasting there, so that's why my eyes don't look like they're looking at yours. So tech. Did I have a list of what I was going to talk about? Well, I did actually. I'm just saying, where have I left it? Blame somebody else. I think it's up there somewhere. It's only a small piece of paper. Oh, thank you so much. So yeah. So what you all doing? What are you all doing? Always worth waiting for, says Janet. Hiya, Jules. How we diddling? So anyway, to finish off with the show, it was a cracking show. I was so proud of Leon. He was amazing. His dancing was absolutely brilliant. And the voices of the kids. So the kids sing live. And I mean, we've all gone and clock watched through school plays and one thing and another, haven't we? And you're like, oh, this is a bit rubbish. It's not even on the same page. Oh my God, the acting school that he goes to, they've churned out lots of West End stars, including, I thought it was just one Elphaba from Wicked, but they've had several apparently. Yeah. So yeah, when you see the posters for the West End musical that's traveling around the country, the Elphaba on there is from Leon's acting school, which makes us super proud. And a young girl called Sophia, she did the Elphaba part. She started. I had goose pimples. Honestly, I had goose pimples on my head. And when she was going for that big note at the end, I could barely breathe because I knew that it was coming. I just couldn't breathe. It was, and then she came off stage on the Friday night. I couldn't breathe. And because of course there's got to be some perks. I'd snuck up into the theatre. I was at backstage costuming, but I'd snuck up to watch that, and I went back behind the scenes afterwards. She's crying her eyes out. I'm like, what are you crying for? Oh, she said, I made a right mess of it. I'm like, oh God. I had goose pimples in my head and I could not breathe. You were so good. I mean, she absolutely rocked it. And I'll tell you what they did as well. They had, if you've ever been and seen Wicked on stage, it is magnificent. It's mind-blowing. And at the end, when Elphaba does the defying gravity number and she just is up here in the gods and the capes going everywhere, well, obviously they're not going to lift a kid up like that, but they had this massive big black cape and they came on. So while she's singing, two of the dancers came on and they tied it round her waist, and then the corners were on wires, and as she gets going in the number, the cape just lifts. It's massive, is this cape. It was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So one of the ladies who was watching on Sewing Street when I was mentioning this, she actually bought a ticket and went to the show. I wish I'd known, because I would have gone and introduced. In fact, I bet I was stood right by her when I snuck up, because I know which seats were the last ones to sell. So I'm like really gutted that I didn't know she was there, and I couldn't like go. But anyway, Slim Jim. Fiona says, all right, you two, are you all right? Yeah, they're all right, Fiona. So that was my week. Oh my God, I'll tell you what, they did Footloose as the finale, and they did what's the song? Holding Out for a Hero, Bonnie Tyler, that's part of it. And I'm holding out for a hero, dum. And they got a couple of the lads to come on looking like heroes. Well, who was the first lad to come on? Yes, it was Leon. And he comes on and he's doing this and he's like, doing a bit of thrusting, and I'm there and I'm like, oh, I'm not sure my mother should be watching this. Anyway, it was very, very good. He did tone it down a little bit for the live performance, thankfully. So, oh, hi, Debbie. Hello, how are you? Oh, Jules has got a parcel. Colours even more lovely than expected. What do I tell y'all? I keep telling you. So, the wool, unfortunately, hides its light under a bushel. So when I'm here and I'm holding it up, like this stuff all behind me here, and it looks tremendous. Right, let me give you an example. This here, in the camera, I'm looking at it and it's kind of a pinky grey. Am I right, guys? This one here, when I'm looking at this in reality, that is the most gorgeous blush pink. It's because it's a herringbone and it's woven with, I'm going to say a grey, but it might be an off-whitey grey. And what happens is, so you've got the pink threads and you've got the, let's call them grey, the grey threads, right? And they weave together to form the fabric. So when we look at it, we see the pink threads. When the camera looks at it, it sees the grey threads. So the camera always shows you kind of the dull ones, if you will. And I really wish it wouldn't, because what's behind me is vibrant. I mean, this square here is just, it's alive, and that one is opulent. It's magnificent, but unfortunately on the camera it hides its light behind a bushel. So when you get the stuff home, the only comments I get is that it's better than you expected, which is like, yay. So yeah, so anyway, I want to say thank you to you all for supporting me on Sewing Street. How did you like the show? Was it okay? Was the things that you hadn't seen before? So it is stuff that we've done before, but I think with the Sewing Street, so on Create and Craft, let's wind it back. We took volume. We took like a collection of 10 projects of this, the next collection of 10 projects. You might have had, I don't know, 40, 50 or 60 samples on the show, which is way too much to get through in an hour, because you get, all right, you see this bag, yeah, that's nice. You see that bag, that's nice. You see that one, that's nice. And that would be it, right? Oh, just took a screenshot. So on Create and Craft, you would be forgiven for not noticing what was on there. Flip that over to Sewing Street and they're like, no, 4 projects, 4 patterns. So I'm giving you pattern pairs. So I am like sneaking it up a little bit. But that's about me wanting to give value for money. But what we are is, so we're Create and Craft, it was like a couple load of that gone. On Sewing Street, you're like, ooh, let's pour over this. Let's have a look. How nice is it? Ooh, yeah. Isn't it? How did you make it? What went into it? And all the rest of it. So we are seeing things in a wholly different way. Karen says the Blossom Hill quilt is gorgeous, Sue.
It certainly is.
We know it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. Wynne said she enjoyed the Sewing Street show. It was great, especially the chat and laughs between you and John. When we had Reggie Rabbit and he went, I won't scream because I don't want to deafen you down the mic. He went, ah! And I thought, what are you screaming at Reggie for? What's poor Reggie done to you? So at one point, I went and grabbed him and gave him a little cuddle. So I don't know whether I'd missed like an in joke or something, but I was like, poor Reggie. So, oh, hi, Vanya. How we doing? Vanya, yeah, it was weird when he was screaming. There must have been an in joke that I'd missed, but anyway, poor old Reggie. Pen's recorded the programme. Sorry, I missed it actually in person. Oh, it doesn't matter, Pen. You've got loads on your plate anyway, so we always forgive. Love that noise John made at the rabbit. Janet, we could have a little bit of a fallout here. I was really upset. Vanya says she thinks he got scared and just couldn't control himself. Well, poor old Reggie is just a smiley little rabbit in a plant pot. Margaret got her tweed sale. Yay, Tweed Club, spring, summer companions. Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. Janet, you've got a wicked sense of humour. Funny. Poor Reggie. Jules said she loved everything but the cranes and the bucket bag in particular. He's a lovely rabbit, Janet. Yeah. Do you know those cranes? Our sample of the wall hanging never got out. Right. This is true, this. So the lady upstairs who I was calling, so when I first met this lady and I'd called her Mel, and I can't remember, she said something and I went, oh, I'm sorry, what do you prefer to be called? She said, Melanie. So I've always called her Melanie. And then when I went in the studio and these samples, 3 of the projects had been made up in Sewing Street fabrics, because, you know, I'm not providing the fabrics there, they're doing that part. And I was absolutely blown away by just that they were there. It was just, you know, like, wow, she's done that. It was brilliant. So they used Mel's cranes. Yeah, so when I got in the studio and I went, oh my God, who's done these? And John said, oh, Mel's done them. And I was like, oh, I haven't met Mel. And he went, Mel upstairs. And I'm like, well, no, I haven't met. It's like, you know. And I went, no, I've met Melanie, but I've never met Mel. And he went, oh, why'd you call her Melanie? I said, well, I asked her what she preferred to be called, and she said Melanie. Oh, he said, well, we never asked her. We just call her Mel. So at the end of the show, she'd come down and we'd hug and everything, which was just really, really nice, because I'm not going to lie, I found it difficult transitioning from Create and Craft to Sewing Street. I know we've got no choice, but I have found it really difficult, a lot harder than I ever thought I would. So we had a little hug backstage, which was just so nice, because it's just building relationships again, isn't it? And yeah, I couldn't believe that she'd done that. It was just amazing. So we never even used our crane sample. We just used Mel's. We had a little discussion, and we've gone from Melanie to Mel. So it must be in the sanctum, eh? Anyway, no, it was really nice. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, and then set off back up because I had to be up at the theatre, curtain up at 6 o'clock. So to get back as soon as I could. Oh, crikey, I couldn't do it. I'd driven down after a full day in the sewing room on Thursday, so I didn't get there till about 9:30 Thursday night. I tell you, Sue, fire alarm, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was in the hotel, right, in such a deep sleep, and the blooming fire alarm, wow! Oh, no. I know, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm stood outside with the builders in my nightie. Not a pretty sight. I'm like, should I pack my case? I'm like, no, I won't get it down the fire escape. Not a pretty sight at all. Anyway, we weren't out too long, but we had been woken up. So on the way back from the studio up to the theatre, I had to pull over and have a nana nap. It was wonderful. But you know, in the car, when you like kick your seat back and you completely nod off and you do that little jump thing and everything. And I'd set my alarm because they say on the motorway, tiredness kills, take a break, and you pull off the motorway, and if you sleep for more than 2 hours, they're going to give you a parking ticket. I don't really understand that, but hey ho. So that's it. Right, now then, let's get down to business. So we've got this Sunday is Bag Club. So if you are fully paid up for Bag Club, your bag is coming out. If you're partially paid and you want to make it up to get this Sunday's Bag Club, you're very welcome. Yeah, we're all filmed and we're all organised. Parcels are coming out. The parcels come out last minute, and that's deliberate because I don't want to send them too early and someone goes, oh, well, I'll just cut it out. Oh, well, I'll just this and I'll just that. Because if you're going to make a boo-boo and then you don't discover it till Sunday, you won't have enough fabric to undo it. So it's kind of deliberate is the last minute thing. And you will get your Zoom codes. They will come quite last minute as well. Right. So that's Bag Club. Hints and tips. What hints and tips do you want from me? So I'm going to do a live on Friday. I think it's going to be me on my own. Tech won't be here. And I thought I might look at hints and tips and talk you through anything that you want. So is there anything that you want to know about? And I thought that could be a good place to start on Friday. We've had a few ideas chucked in the mix over the last few weeks. But what do you want? While you're having a think, I'm just going to have a quick slurp. We've been filming all day and we stopped filming and went, oh, it'll be time for Work It Out Wednesday. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. So there wasn't much time. So if there's anything that you'd like a bit more information about, then I can help you with that. So maybe it's one of the demonstrations from last Friday. You want to have a bit more of maybe put it up to the camera and show you a bit closer, like a bit of this or a bit of that or whatever. I can do that. If there's any kind of projecty stuff that you want to know about, I can do that. I mean, obviously we can't go on forever and a day doing stuff. Oh, hiya, Pat, how are you doing? Welcome. So we can do that. I was just saying, Pat, if anybody's got any things that they want to talk about on Friday, hints and tips, I'm not flogging this week. We've done enough of that, and we don't like doing it all the time. So hints and tips on any projects that you've got, you want to know. It might just be like a random thing. So we've just done we've done some filming on continuous bias binding, which I'm going to put on my socials. So we're trying to get more and more on there. We've done lots of we've actually done lots of, in fact, what is that? Pages. Let me show you. We've put them all on YouTube. They're not all live yet, but look, pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of filming. So what we've done is they're all really short, they're less than 3 minutes. And what we do is we go, hi, this is the little mouse creation from Quilting Antics. This is how I made it. I did this, then I did this, then I did that. If you want to have a go, you can too. So there might be, oh, brilliant, Pat, I'm glad your fabric's arrived. you know, there might be something on there. I'm hitting off first all the ones that I've done digital downloads for. So the digital downloads, I think, are all on the website that are done. No, they're not. I think there's a few still to go on. It's just hours in a day. But yeah, if you want to know anything, do tell, do share, do. This is your chance to make it what you want it to be. So let me know if there's anything you want to see on Friday. Pen's been watching our YouTube shorts. Right, honest opinion. What do you think to them? Could they be better, and how? What should we do? Or are they okay? Don't just like polish my ego. Tell me. And Tex over there, she's reading and all. She might get the but we'll ignore her. It'll be fine.
I'm on YouTube, so
I said you might get the if there's anything wrong with them. How to square off a block or wall hanging? We can do that. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Have you watched the shorts, Vanya? Yeah. So there's, how often are they scheduled for? Is it every day?
Every day, roughly around 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Especially right. So Vanya likes the more detailed ones. So let me just explain. What?
More detail are in videos.
What's that?
A bit longer.
Yeah. So Janet's seen some of the shorts as well. So if it's all right, carry on, is this. On YouTube, they do shorts, and a short has to be less than 3 minutes. So it's really hard to cram everything into 3 minutes. But we've done everything that we've done in a 3-minute format. Now, apparently, the algorithms and things on YouTube, the shorts is what everybody wants. So that's what we've gone for first. And you film a short that way. Yeah. So your camera is that way. But then if you want to go over 3 minutes, you film it that way. And you can go over 3 minutes and do something longer. So we've done a few longer ones, haven't we? Have you scheduled any?
There's someone there already, and I don't know if Roger Rabbit's just come out today.
It's not Roger Rabbit, it's Reggie.
Reggie Rabbit.
Come on. As if he's not insulted enough by John Scott.
I think we've put about...
Oh, hi, Louise.
5 or 6 on over the last...
Long ones?
Yeah.
And short ones? Or just shorts?
Shorts come out every day.
Uh-huh.
Long ones we haven't done as many of. But in the last week or 2, I've put about 6 on there, which are longer. So there's
6 longer ones on there. And Tech is dropping a short every day at around 2 o'clock. Vanya says, I don't actually like shorts, but fair enough. But in general, I like yours. Well, I'll take that. We are doing some longer ones, Vanya. It's the list is like, but we'll do a few. But if you have something in particular that you want a longer video on, do let us know. And we're doing so much stuff all the time, and sometimes we do stuff and then it never gets out because we've moved on and we're like, oh, we forgot to put that out. So what have we just done today? We did the continuous bias binding, and we have done magnetic bag fasteners today, both of which will go on. But because you do them like you start out with your fabric like this, and then you cut it like that, and then you sew it like this, and then you draw it like that. So it just takes 3 or 4 cuts, filming scenes to get through it all. Otherwise, it's far too long and boring. And then Tech now is going to edit them all together, take out the or the arm at the end, whatever, edit them all together, make it into something nice, some nice little transitions in there, maybe a bit of tinkly music. I don't know. We'll leave it to Tech. She's going to do that, and then they'll be posted. But if there's anything that you specifically want information on, let me know. Now, just say, if you're watching after the hour, send me a Facebook Messenger message. That's the best way of getting my attention. Margaret says, love them, enough information to arouse interest. Oh, now that's interesting. Pen says, I do like the longer ones, but the shorts do give a good taster of the items. Yeah, so I think that kind of that kind of sums up what we are doing. Pen, perhaps a short on bag fastenings and how to fit them. Right, now then, bag fastenings. I have got a whole load of stuff from my good friends at Empress Mill. And I don't know if you remember, a while ago, I did this little booklet called Inside Job, and it was absolutely basic. It was as basically basic as it can get. So I shared it with Empress, and then it was like, oh, will you do us one? So I'm doing another one for them. I keep doing little bits at it, and I will, I think, film that too. Do you think we should, Tech?
Yeah.
I think we should film that. I'm just kind of wondering, and if my friends at Empress are watching, I'm kind of still wondering, trying to work out what format it should take, because if I make a bag with all these things on, you wouldn't get inside to see the nitty-gritties. Does that make sense? And if I just did it as a flat piece of something, it might not give you the context. So I've been racking my brains how to do it. So for instance, there's they've given me like a rope thing, and I thought, well, really that needs a bag to thread it through and then draw up. But once I've done that, you can't anything that, you know what I mean, on the inside and stuff. So I'm still racking my brains, but that is very much ongoing, Pen. So no, Jules, you're never late for quilting antics. Karen, can you show how to make seams lie flat when making quilt blocks out of tweed? Well, that's easy peasy. I can do that right away. Have we got no, we can't look at that one yet. That's a secret. Tech, could you pass that cushion, please? I'll show you. You can do that right now because that's well easy. So here we've got, there's no cushion pad in it. This is the Village Life cushion. Now, I'm going to just stand up so I can get really close to the camera. So we've got, can you see the applique there is raw edge? Yep, that's all raw edge. Now come to this seam here, this side seam, it's top stitched. So all it is, you push. So normally you join two pieces of fabric together, and then if you were dressmaking, you'd press the seam apart. Well, if you push all the seams one side and from the top stitch through near the seam, yeah, it's called top stitching. And you can see this seam here, it is as flat as a pancake, and that's how we do it. We just top stitch, and the second purpose of the top stitching is it prevents fraying, because nothing in there can move, and if it can't move, it can't fray, and it's as simple as that. In fact, the top one might be a little bit easier. You see the one on the heather colour, is that easier to see? So that's through all layers and all seam. It's not through the back, obviously, through the layers of seam allowance there, stitching from the top, which is why it's called top stitching. Oh, I love that Louise and Wynne are saying hi to each other. Oh, Louise, I did try to ring you the other night, but it said you were on the phone. I was ringing to see how your arm is. So how are you doing? I thought I'd just give you a ring because I haven't spoke to you for ages since you did your arm. But yeah, so yeah, short and bag fastenings, definitely. That one is in the pipeline. Tweed seams we've just dealt with. We can have a chat about shorts, can't we? Shorts and longs and projects that we've done that you might want a video of. So it might be that you've got a pattern and you haven't started it and you want to know, or you know, or you're thinking of getting a design, or you've got one of somebody else's and there's something. I can't really comment on other people's, but general stuff I can. We can make it up on Friday, can't we? So right, anyway, I'm not going to keep you much longer as it's 3:30 on a Friday. I know some people have got school runs and all that business. 3:30, you need to get your skates on. But I think we've had a good witter there, haven't we? So there's nothing left on my list. But do message me, send me some Facebook Messenger messages, anything that you want us to do shorts on, and we'll do that, or even a bit longer If it's a one that you want, one that you would specifically want a bit longer, just let us know. So right, so for now I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I will see you on Friday night and we'll do something. So for now, I love you all lots. Bye.